Gundam.tk presents Hi-Nu Gundam. Welcome to part 2 to see the master grade Hi-Nu all put together, and don't forget to check out part 1 to see all the parts and details. I don't usually do a build video, but because the inner frame was so cool, I wanted to show that off first. Putting this together just means putting the legs on, then put the shoulders on, followed by the arm until you get a click sound. Lock the waist into place and then plug that in. Here you have it, the unweaponed, master grade Hi-Nu Gundam. And I have to say that the color scheme looks really good, and it's not as bulked out as some versions of the Hi-Nu are, but I think this works overall. Without weapons, here's a size comparison with Amuro's original Gundam, RX-78-2. But as big as the Hi-Nu is, it's got nothing on the original huge head himself, Master Grade Nu. The fin funnels and wing assembly just plug into the polycop here at the back. Here he is, armed up with the fin funnels. But the best part about this is that in addition to being able to slide them in and out, you're able to pose each of these individually. So really, whatever kind of effect you'd like, you can get it. Of course, that's not going to stop most people from just having them look in their awesome original pose. With the fin funnels on, the Nu Gundam clearly wins in terms of height, but the Hi-Nu really has the impression that it has some width to it, and of course you can play with that depending on how you adjust the funnels. And these both make the original look pretty small. Almost this small, in fact. And here's the Master Grade 1/100th on the left compared to its high grade counterpart, which just came out in 2009, and don't forget to check out its review. When you put the weapons on, the beam rifle fits in the hand no problem, but the shield has a bit of problems with weight distribution, and it's going to want to fall down. As far as posability with the legs go, you're able to bring everything forward, no problem with the skirt, and bend to get the 180. And the click mechanism also helps you slide everything. And if you're bending it off to the side, you're able to keep flat ankles not very far, just about that much. The arms on the other hand have almost no issues at all with posing, as you're able to bring the shoulders around, in and out, and get your 90-degree bends. If you don't lock the Hyper Bazooka into place, there's quite a few different poses you can get, but if you do try to lock it into the fist, it becomes pretty limited. Though it looks better if you pose it just a little bit before this, he's almost able to reach over and pull out the beam saber from his left forearm. But for posing purposes, it does look better to have them a little bit separated. One thing that did really impress me is that he's able to reach back and grab the beam sabers from the wing attachments. Once you put on the propellant thrusters, they can interfere with the lower fin funnels ever so slightly, but you can cheat by bending them in or out and move these around, so you can get around that problem fairly well. And with beam sabers on, even though they're very small, especially compared to something like X or XX, they still look pretty cool, and the blue goes very well with the overall color scheme. Probably the Hi-Nu's strongest selling feature though, especially compared to the Nu, is its ability to go aerial on this awesome stand. Looking up the neck of the base, you can see here that there are different holes, and you're able to take these effect parts and plug them in. But the only problem is that they'll stick off to the side, they're not going to go straight forward. Overall though, this attachment here has a lot of maneuverability, supports the weight very well, and because this plugs into the back of the Hi-Nu Gundam in the backpack, it sort of hangs Infinite Justice style, so it minimizes the effect of the stand because it's not just sticking straight up, and it holds everything very well. On the back of the Hi-Nu, there's a white panel there that would cover up that slot, so you just pull that off, and even with no pose whatsoever, just launching them up there and having the stand mostly hidden in the back really makes this look pretty cool. And you're only limited by your imagination or what you can copy off the box and the manual in terms of cool poses you can pull off. Everything's not quite perfect though, as the leg has some weight issues and can fall down over time, and as mentioned before, the shield, depending on what kind of pose you put it in, will want to fall down. As awesome as Hi-Nu is with all 6 of his fin funnels attached though, with the attachment parts and the effect parts that they give you, and this kind of stand, I think it's a shame to not at least send off a few of them. So you can take off as many fin funnels as you choose, add on the effect parts, put on the clear rods, and then attach them on to the base. With the fin funnels out, really you're only limited by how much you bend the plastic sheets and how many you want to take off the back. With the fin funnels out and deployed, I think you can make the Hi-Nu Master Grade into one of the coolest looking displays you'll ever see. So my only complaints and hints to you are, do not bend those clear rods too much because they're going to get dragged down by the weight anyway. And if you're launching it on the top, try to keep one rod separately so that you can bend it into a strange position, and you may have to cheat and use the actual Gundam as a balance for it. I guess I wonder, will they make a Master Grade Nightingale to go with this? Some final thoughts now on the Hi-Nu Master Grade. And overall, this is something that I was really excited to build, and when I got it, I could not have been happier. But it has a lot of good points, and the first thing I think is that the color scheme really works. The other thing is that this is a fantastic build. Because it has so many parts and so much detail, just pretty much every time you put something together, you're going to be impressed with the way that they've engineered. And the line between master grades and perfect grades just seems to be blurring more and more as these master grades get better and better quality. However, there are a few negative points. These parts are not very good, and you're going to have nothing but complaints after you attach them, so really don't bend them when you put them together. You have to do a pretty good job of lining and putting the decals on to really bring out its full effect, and it does have some weight issues, as I said, with the legs and the shield. But overall, probably my favorite Gundam to display on top of my television or on a shelf is the Gundam Wing Endless Waltz version. But this Hi-Nu really gives it a run for its money. Compared to the high grade, the master grade costs a lot more, but basically just because it has the stand and the fin funnels, I think it has that much more play and posability. However, the high grade is still one of the best high grades ever made, and I think they both stack up very nicely with the high grade Reborn's Gundam. Don't forget to check out lots more reviews, as always, and a big thank you because this Master Grade Hi-Nu was a birthday present, and really, I don't know if you can ever get a better one. Anyway, thanks for watching everybody, www.gundam.tk. If I'm gonna die, I choose you. You know, I can't work under these conditions. You need to build me a master grade.